But as I was saying, World of Warcraft Classic is going to be a big step in the right direction of saving the game. And I don't think it's accidental. I don't think it's something that Blizzard had accidentally stumbled upon and just happened. I think it was very well planned out, and I'll show you why in just a few minutes. Now, we are going to go ahead and finish up this quest real quick, and
I need to target something first.
Good. These materials gonna make
that
a
one
fine
give me some
fletching
boots,
for
which I
arrows
can't use,
and lining for
but they're
armor.
good for a, at least for a transmog or whatever. Okay, so we need these two here. Go ahead and jump on down. Okay, so as I was saying, let me go ahead and get on the water here so that hopefully I'm a little bit safe and won't have to worry about getting killed waiting. Okay. A chest inside of a fish. Interesting. Okay, so as I was saying, with World of Warcraft, we've had 7 expansions so far. A total of 7. And with each one of them, things keep changing. Okay, every single expansion, things change. Now, millions of viewers, millions of subscribers have wanted World of Warcraft Classic. But like I said, why? Now, more importantly, all of those years, Blizzard was refusing to give us Classic. Absolutely refusing. Would not even hear any of it. But, all of a sudden, on November of 2017, they decided to go ahead and give in. Now, what changed? You're not going to believe the answer, but I think I may have lined out for us here. But it's the most plausible answer that I can possibly come up with. Now, I cannot tell you how long this will last. It may last 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It may last an hour. It may last 2 hours. Who knows? But once I do have my theory out there for you guys, I will go ahead and continue to play a little bit and see what we can get into. Now, out of the 7 World of Warcraft expansions, Warlords of Draenor was by far the absolute worst. It's been known as a total failure, and Battle for Azeroth, I know a lot of people keep on saying it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. I believe it's too soon to tell if Battle for Azeroth is going to be redeemable. I believe it's way too soon to see if it's going to redeem itself. And I think it will. Because 8.2 looks freaking awesome. Now, in vanilla, players fell in love with the game. They leveled their characters. They learned how to play their character. And players sorry about that. Had a tickle in my throat. Players competed against other players, 39 different players to be exact, different raiders to get the gear they wanted, the mounts they had to have. And even if they didn't get it that week, they come back week after week, month after month, until they hopefully got it, or finally we moved on to another expansion. Okay, now, I know I'm right up there in that list for so many different mounts that I wanted to get back in vanilla, and still to this day have not got. Who knows? Maybe that changes. You know, who knows? But let's take a look at World of Warcraft Classic. Now, follow me here. I see World of Warcraft as a drug. Especially World of Warcraft Classic. It's a drug. It's addictive. It's addictive to the max, and players could not get enough of it. I know I sure could. And now, just for a minute, let's base forward to Battle for Azeroth. Today, players are walking around with the game. They're not happy with it. They're walking away. And in many players' eyes, it's the absolute worst state the game has ever been in. I kind of disagree because I think Warlords of Draenor was the worst state the game's been in. But Blizzard sees this. They see a decline in subscriptions, a decrease in players logging in. I mean, come on, they can tell if there's usually 15 million people logged in and playing, and now all of a sudden there's 5. They can tell, you know. And I'm not saying 5 million is where the subscription number's at. Who knows? But, and out of nowhere, after seeing the decrease in subscription, logins, etc., Blizzard announces in November 2017 that they will release Classic WoW. How was it Jay Allen said? I know you like chocolate. I know you like strawberry ice cream. My favorite is vanilla. Now, some will tell you that, this was just a coincidence. It just happened. It wasn't anything planned, and it wasn't anything, they just finally gave us our way, right? I believe that this was a very well thought out and very well planned step to get the subscriber count back up and to get us ready for the future of World of Warcraft. Now, I believe that this will bring about something totally freaking awesome, because as players go back in time, they're going to go all the way back to 2004. They're going to play World of Warcraft Classic, and it's going to feel just like the very first time. And as they level, they're going to experience things for the first time in years, and in some players' case, the first time ever. And players were going to fall in love with the game all over again. Now, I know you're probably saying you're crazy, Hulk, you're crazy, but it's not going to happen. Wait and watch. Nixium, on one of his videos recently, I watched it earlier today, he said that he was not expecting to love, I think was the way he put it, the World of Warcraft Classic as much as he did. But he is totally loving it. He is totally enjoying it. It's just one of the best things ever. And, but if he had his way of doing it, he would play 24 hours a day. Now, that's pretty good, review from a live streamer that's been streaming for many, many, many years. Now, let's go on. Now, also, I believe that not only was this part of Blizzard's master plan all along, but it was a very smart move. What better time when your subscriber count starts to dip than to bring back the one thing that's going to pull players back in? I know players right now who have not played since 2005. They didn't like Burning Crusades. They said, you know what? To heck with it. We're walking away. Screw it. They're coming back. You know why they're coming back? Classic. Now, in order to play Classic, they have to be a live subscriber with Battle for Azeroth. So, it's going to make Blizzard money, and it's going to give the players what they want. I know some players that have already said when Vanilla comes, Classic, when Classic comes live, they're done with Battle for Azeroth. I know several players who have said they will not play Battle for Azeroth. They'll continue to pay the subscription, just like they would if it was straight up a payment for the Classic WoW. Now, to add to this, Blizzard will also be recreating each individual expansion, which is going to allow players who started later in the game For example, one of my very best friends in the game, he started in Wrath of the Lich King. Now, Wrath of the Lich King is a great a great expansion. Subscriber count was way up, but he missed Burning Crusades. He missed the Classic, and now he can go back and play that. Also, Wrath of the Lich King holds very fond memories for him. It was his glory days, if you want to put it that way, and now he can go back and play it the same way he did way back when. Now, also, if you look at it from that perspective, players who started later in the game, like I said, like my friend did, we're going to be able to go back and play from the beginning. Now, if you want to go ahead and step on back, take another look at some of the things that World of Warcraft Classic has that I feel will help players fall in love with the game all over again. And it will breathe new life into the current game, because again, players are going to be playing Classic and they're going to say, heck, I'm already paying for Battle for Azeroth, I might as well try it out. And they're going to play the game, they're going to try it out. There you go. Now, some of the things that I think is going to be big in Classic. First of all, you're not going to have mounts until you hit 40. There's not going to be any level 20 or 10 or 15 or 25 mounts. They're all going to be level 40 and level 60, the way it was back in vanilla. There's also not going to be any flying mounts. You're not going to be able to take off into the sky and fly over top of things that might hurt you or that you might be looking for and miss it. You're going to be on ground mounts. The ground mounts will be, the training will be cheap. I think about 20 gold, and the mounts will be expensive. But for those of you that say, "Oh, I can make millions of gold, it won't hurt me," think again, because gold back in Blizzard's heyday, back in World of Warcraft vanilla, gold was not easy made. I mean, it just was not easy made at all. Okay, it was one of the more difficult things to make. And welcome to the channel. I see we have a viewer popping in, and welcome. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and enjoy the live stream. We're just talking about the classic World of Warcraft, and let me go ahead and kill this guy before it kills me. And like I said, we're just getting started. We've been going now for about 18-19 minutes, but as always, welcome to the stream. Now, let me get mounted here and get packed up on the water. And as I was saying, we're not going to have any flying mounts. Now, I know a lot of people are upset about that, but if you want to play Classic, you want to play Classic. And Classic just did not have flying mounts. Okay. And then you're going to look at places like the Hinterlands. That place had tons, and I mean tons of quests. It had tons of quests in Western Plaguelands, Eastern Plaguelands, Silipus, and a lot of other zones. But they was not unlocked at the very beginning. So even if you was able to run on over at level 1 or 2 or 10 or 15, on over to the Hinterlands, to Western Plaguelands, to Silipus, and so on, which you won't be able to. But even if you was, the quest would not be there. You have to unlock them. And in order to unlock them, you have to be a certain level, you have to have done certain things, and so on. Now, the next part is going to be a big change for players that have not been in Classic or don't remember Classic, and if you play Classic, you remember it. Just put it that way. The old mount system, the cheap training, expensive mounts, this is going to be in World of Warcraft Classic throughout. It's not going to change midway. They're not going to upgrade it and fix it to where everything's cheap. It's not going to happen. It's going to be like it was before. And of course, no WoW tokens. So that's going to cut down on being able to make gold over in Classic. So you're not going to have the WoW tokens or the ability to use a WoW token over there. You can buy a WoW token, but it's just not going to add you any gold in Classic. So next, but before I go forward, on that note, what is your favorite feature of World of Warcraft Classic that you've seen, or your favorite feature of World of Warcraft Vanilla that you're hoping to see come back? For me, my fondest memory was the leveling process. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. But also running instead of mounting up so early. Because you know how many things have happened upon, things that I found, mobs that I found and killed and looted and got quite a bit of gold or loot out of by just running around. And also how many friends I met. I met one of my very best friends in Classic. His name is, and we still are friends to this day. His name is Aceman Z. He's a druid. And I'll never forget, I was over in the Arapi Highlands killing some raptors, and I got jumped by like 2 or 3 of them at one time. Now back then, that meant you was going to die. Okay, your days of just one shot and everything like we do now, that's not what happened back then. And it didn't happen back then. So he sees me, he runs over, and he turns into the bear form, and he starts killing. And afterwards, he said, and I'll never forget it, dude, you got to be careful, you're going to get killed. And I thought he was being funny. I said, yeah, no kidding. So we started talking, and we become the best of friends. To this day, we talk. We play together, and lifelong friends. Okay, so that's one of my fondest memories of World of Warcraft Classic. You actually have to interact with people, okay? You can't just sit and be a stick in the mud and not talk to anybody or not interact. You have to interact with people. If you do not interact with people, you're not going to play the game. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to do anything. And that's just the way it is. Now, World of Warcraft started out as a community game, like I said. And you would have to level up with people you've never met, people you don't even know. And you would compete against your fellow players to get the herbs and the ore and the skins that you need for your professions. So, it kept you going. You didn't come into the game 5 minutes a day and win. Or come into it 5 minutes a day and get everything you needed. So that just was not the way it went. Now, another thing that you have to look at, in today's game, you'll see people one time and then they're gone, right? I mean, you see this warrior, this druid in town, and then poof, they're gone. You never see them again, right? Unless, of course, you add them to your friends list. But in WoW Classic, you see players again and again and again, and it's the same players. Why? Because they are on your server. They are in your group. I mean, you may not be grouped up, but they are in the group of players that you will see day in and day out. And that's just the way it goes. It's not like you're going to see them one time and then never again. Now, in Battle for Azeroth, that's not the case. Now, also, in World of Warcraft Classic, you also have to look at it this way. It's awesome to see the same people over and over, because for the first time in years, your reputation is going to matter. Not the reputation you get by working and killing mobs and gaining reputation with a faction, but your personal reputation. Now, by that, what I'm talking about is your name, okay, and the way people look at you. Now, or if you're a ninja, then if so, people are going to see this, they're going to know, but you're, you know, going to steal the gear, and they're not going to want nothing to do with you. Okay, you're toast, because you can't faction change, you can't server change. If you screw up the reputation on your character, delete and start over. That's all you can do. Now, if you're an upstanding, honorable player, then people are going to know that as well, and they're going to often invite you back. They're going to want to add you to their friends list. They're going to invite you to groups, to guilds. It's just going to, things are going to go a lot better. Okay, now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I play, as you can see now, I play largely a hunter, right? And with that being said, one of the things that I'm looking forward to is the way that hunters was set up, I guess is the best way of putting it, in World of Warcraft Classic, or Vanilla back in the day. Now, hunters, now, everything's changed. Hunters back in Vanilla or Classic can look forward to training your pet. Okay, and you're going to have to train yourself too. Okay, you're going to be running back and forth to town a lot in order to train your character. In fact, I believe it is every 2 levels, if not in some cases every level. You're going to run back to town and you're going to go ahead and train your character. But not just your character. You're going to also train your pet. Your pet will level up. Your pet will have to have training. So that's one thing that a lot of people have forgotten. Also, you'll have to feed your pet and keep them happy. Because if they're not happy, they're going to leave. They're going to leave you in the dust. Boom, they're gone. And you can also look forward to buying arrows, bullets, food for your pet and for you. Now, when I say look forward to buying arrows and bullets, I'm not being funny. I actually look forward to it because the bullets and the arrows that you buy will determine how much extra DPS you can actually do. There's, some of the ammo that's gray, and if you can't afford anything else, by all means use it. But if you're going to be doing raids or whatever, you're going to want and need to use the best ammo and arrows that you can get. And yes, there's even epic arrows, epic bullets, I mean, this is something that a lot of players seem to have forgotten. But let's move on. In World of Warcraft Vanilla, players would play until they was falling asleep. They couldn't keep their eyes open. And the old saying, keyboard head? Well, there's a reason for that. And yes, that's a real thing. People would fall asleep at the keyboard, questing, trying to level, and even in raids, they would fall asleep. Because raids back then, now you can go to a raid and you're there for, 45 minutes to an hour, 2 at the most, boom, you're done, you have a full clear. Not back then, okay? I remember vividly going to Molten Core and being in Molten Core for no less than 8 to 10 hours, sometimes 12 to 14 hours in a row, with my guild. And yes, I know that you're thinking, well, there's no way that all the players stay there for that time. No, you're right. We would have 10 or 15 different players standing on the outside because, let's say, I had to leave because I've already played 8-9 hours and I'm just dog tired and I got to leave. somebody else would step in for me. But the guild kept on going. Progression kept going. And progression meant everything back in the day. Okay, it don't mean as much now because it just don't. I mean, I don't know why, but it just don't. Now, also, have you ever wondered why did Blizzard refuse to do WoW Classic? Why did they refuse to do WoW Classic for all these years, right? Why did they refuse? Hey man, how's it going? And I'm going to try to say your name here, Shrek. If I'm saying that wrong, kind of overlook it if you would. And also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so as I was saying, Florian. Okay, hey, welcome. Another. I believe both of you, this is your first time here. And like I said, if it is, please do be sure to subscribe to the channel. It would greatly appreciate and help the channel out. So, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this. Why do you feel that Blizzard, for all these years, refused? Well, hey, welcome, man. I'm glad to have you. Anytime we do live streams every Saturday at roughly 9 o'clock every Saturday. And I'm going to be putting out more videos. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 videos I'm going to be working on as soon as this live stream ends, and I'll be putting them up either tonight or tomorrow. I'll also be doing a live stream on a game, Hitman 2, the online version. So if you're into that, stick around for it as well. Now, what do you think the reason for Blizzard refusing to give us the WoW Classic all this time? I mean, it's been years. You know they've been able to make it. Okay, they're not stupid. It's not like they don't have the technology, you know. They have the technology. They could have done it. Why didn't they? Now, my personal opinion, I believe they've been waiting for the right time. I think the player base and Blizzard are having different visions of the game. You know, that very well could be, Florian, and again, if I'm saying your name wrong, I do apologize. But that very well could be. Blizzard has always been one that wants to look forward. They want to move forward. And you know, that's great. You know, Battle for Azeroth, it has its good, it has its bad. Some people love it, some people hate it. But my opinion of it is, why can't you do both? You know, there's players who are stuck back in vanilla. They love it. They don't want to play anything else. As I was saying earlier, a few of my guildmates, they have already said that once vanilla comes out, and a few of my friends, they will not play anything else but vanilla. They're going to leave the retail game and go to vanilla. Now, is that going to lose Blizzard money? No, because you still have to be a paid subscriber to play vanilla. Okay, so it's still, they're not going to care where you play, you know. And then there's some players who absolutely despise the idea of World of Warcraft Classic altogether. Okay, they absolutely hate it. Me, on the other hand, I've always been a firm believer of the method of, if you enjoy playing, play it. Hey man, you know, like I said, that is definitely every person for themselves, you know. I personally, I think that Classic had a lot for it. I love Classic, but then too, I also love Battle for Azeroth. So it's, for me, I've been playing this game for 15 years, soon to be 15 years. and I love it more every day. Now there are times that I get aggravated with it, but I say, you know what? Screw the game. I'm walking away for a while, and I guess that's natural. That's healthy. Everybody has that in a game, no matter what game it is. Final Fantasy, Hitman, World of Warcraft, whatever game you're in. Right. Well, like I said, time does go, and I believe that's the way Blizzard is looking at it too. Time has went on. Classic is in the past, but so many players like Classic, and some of them will not play anything but Classic when it goes live. Now, me myself, I'm going to play both. I'm going to stream both. I'm going to enjoy both. But, for example, I'm going to set aside, and this is the way, I've had people ask, well, how are you going to play two games? How are you going to stream both games? How are you going to do videos on both games? Easy. I'm going to have so many days a week set aside for nothing but Classic. Okay, I'm going to, right now it looks like I'm going to do about 3 days a week Classic. And the rest of the week, the other 4 days, will be Battle for Azeroth. Now, the reason is that I think Battle for Azeroth has a lot to do. It has a lot to promise. And, as time goes on, I think we'll see that. For example, right now, if I bring up the war campaign, automatically, what's it say? To be continued. You've completed the current campaign so far. More content will be added in the future. So I'm looking forward to that. I enjoy that, I enjoy going and finding out what Blizzard is going to throw at us next, And Blizzard has always been one who keeps it interesting. They do not disappoint, as they say. And I'm looking forward to it. I personally think that we're going to see a lot of stuff going on in the game that's going to interest everybody. Now, for example, if you're a lore player and you like lore, okay, you enjoy lore, then World of Warcraft Classic is going to be where your lore begins. That's where it all started at. That's just, it's going to be fun for you in that way. Now, other people, they could care less about lore, and that used to be me. At one time, I'll be honest with you, I could have cared less about lore. I thought, it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of my effort. Why even bother with it, right? But lore actually gives you information and history behind your game. It's kind of like if you're a history buff, in school, and you love that history behind the game, then guess what? You're going to be a historian, whatever they're called. And that's kind of like lore in WoW. So, personally, back in the day, I could have cared less about lore. Didn't care anything for it, didn't like it. And in fact, I didn't want to hear about it. I just wanted to play the game, enjoy, get what I needed, and move on. But as time goes on, I've become more and more interested in lore, in the game, and the history of the game. And what better way to start than, back in bed? Let me see here what you see. Lore is one of the things that makes still playing playing WoW. I really enjoy it since Warcraft 3. Hey, I can understand that, man. Now, like a lot of people will tell you, there's nothing in the game for me, but yet they love to speculate about the lore of WoW. Well, if you're going to speculate about the lore, wouldn't WoW, have have something for you because there's so much there. Um, like for example,
Our
one of the
forces will
things
make
that I'm
good
really
use
into
of
here
those
lately
supplies.
is
Well
the
done.
lore behind the old gods. Okay, I know that we're getting ready to meet, and I
Watch your
say
step.
meet because I
There
don't
is
know
a
if we're going to
dangerous
actually
foe close to you. We need it
square
slain
off
before it
on
causes
and
any
try to
more
kill.
trouble.
Some people have said yes, some people have said no. The old god N'Zoth. I think N'Zoth is actually going to be a very challenging kill if we do kill him. I think that also N'Zoth may lead us into other
Our efforts can
avenues,
continue
other
with the
ways
death of that enemy.
of going forward. Because I don't see us killing all the old gods. Because, well, frankly, if we kill all the old gods, what do we have left? I mean, where do we go from there? Because right now, and I know that this is just speculation. Right now, I think we're getting ready to start seeing the build up for World of Warcraft 2. And the reason being, okay, let me bring up the map and go to Azeroth. Okay, as you can see, but this map is filling up. I mean, it's getting full. We have the Maelstrom, we have Broken Isles, Kaltiris, Zandalar, Pandaria, Northern, Eastern Kingdom, Kalimdor. We have little islands over here and some down here in Pandaria. And the map is filling up. But let's look at it very much like you would a globe. Now, on this globe, let's say the Azeroth here, okay, we're seeing one side of it. We're not seeing all of it. We're not seeing both sides. What is on the reverse side of Azeroth? I think that we're getting ready to find out a little bit about that, and I also think that it's going to lead us possibly to Warcraft 2. Because now this is just my personal belief, I think if the people at Blizzard release World of Warcraft 2, it's going to be a huge, huge success. And the reason I say this is that we have so many people that have played World of Warcraft. And I think they would come back just in order to find out what's next. And also, look at it this way, Azeroth. Azeroth is, well, now we know, Azeroth is a Titan. Okay, either the Titan is dying, and if it is, then the planet is going to die. And we'll have to move on, possibly. Or whatever. Sylvanas, I think Sylvanas will play a greater part on the next expansion. Something like Death Realm. Once she masters Death as she eagerly is trying to do. I've often thought about that, but here's a little tidbit for you to think on it, and I'd love to know your opinion, your thoughts on it. Okay. At any given time, Sylvanas could have killed Sourfang. At any given time, she could have... I mean, she's in the middle of this camp, right? With the guards all around, and she has Bane and a few others there. She could have killed Bane. Instead, she arrested him. Okay. She could have killed Sourfang. Instead, she pretty well he's not dead, right? So now Thrall. If you've not already watched the what's it called? Safe Haven. If you've not already watched Safe Haven, you'll see when you do watch it that more or less, what are we going to have? We had Thrall coming back. Now, he's not coming back to lead the Horde. He adamantly said to Sourfang, I'm not coming back to lead the Horde. I will not lead the Horde. And Sourfang tells him, I didn't ask. More or less, who cares? But I thought you would at least fight for it. Well, he's coming back. But where will it go? Because Sylvanas could have killed at any time she could have killed all of the leaders of the Horde. Okay, now, I mean, I know, but some people have speculated that she's out to destroy the Horde. I don't think so. Because if she was out to destroy the Horde, she could have killed each and every individual leader, and that would have been bad.
You are never going to find a better deal.
But she didn't. Now, why didn't she? That's another thing. Why do you think she has done the things she did? She's arrested Bane. Sourfang is still running rampant. He's all over the place and so on. And yet, she could have killed any and all of them at any given time. Any of them. But she didn't. Why do you think that she is sparing him, so to speak? What do you think the reasoning behind it is? Because I know deep down in my heart that there has to be a reason, okay? There has to be a reason. Now, it's been speculated that she was trying to gather the Horde and the Alliance, all of the leaders, into one spot so that she can kill them all at once. Personally, I don't know about that one. I don't think that that's the case at all. I really don't. What I do think is that she may be trying to unite us, make sure that there's no corruption in the rank, if you get my drift, and unite us to take us toward defeating death, or possibly maybe she wants to kill N'Zoth. Maybe that's it. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? Like that one. But there's so much that we can look at and say, why didn't she do this, or why did she let this person go, or why did she not do this? So what are your thoughts on the whole situation? And by the way, be sure to tell your friends about the channel, if it's something you're enjoying, and hopefully it is, because, I guess I could be more like a lot of the other YouTubers, come in and do all these funny graphics and all that good stuff, and that would be all well and fine, but I try to keep the channel in general as a realistic. I try to be real with you, and I want you to be real with me. If you don't like something, let's say you don't like the hat, hey, fine, let me know. I'll get rid of it. I'll throw it away. Well, not throw it away, but I'll put it off screen. If you prefer to see videos on a different game, or you want to see videos on a different game, let me know. If I got the game, I'll stream it. I've got tons and tons and tons of games, so that's not an issue usually. So, like I said, it's definitely. I think the game in general has a lot to offer still. Hey, that's always been my belief. That's why I've always enjoyed the Hitman games, and I've always liked them very, very well. In fact, I have the whole collection. Every Hitman game that's out there, I own it, and and like I said, it's just a matter of, for me, I started the channel for a few different reasons, and I know a lot of people would. That one. A lot of people say, "Well, why did you start your channel? What purpose was it?" I started it because I didn't like. Well, and this will sound funny. I didn't like morons. Okay, I don't like people who they come in and, let's say you come in and you have a common question. You're wanting to know where to go to find. Let's say, where do you go to find light leather or exotic leather? Okay, and you go to chat and you say, "Hey guys, where do I find exotic leather?" Back in the days, oh man, if you've not played it, Hitman 2, the online version, the 2018 version, is absolutely freaking fantastic. They keep adding new content, kind of like they do in WoW, but they add it more often, because in it you just, well, you get a lot more content, and to me, I don't know, I like the game because it's simple. Not easy, because a lot of people think, well, you're saying it's easy. No, it's freaking simple. You pick up a gun, you have 15 people to kill, you go kill them 15 people, and then you move on to the next set of targets. It's that simple. But with me, as far as WoW goes, I played WoW since 2004. Loved it ever since. For me, I guess, I don't know. I guess one of my fondest memories, and the reason that I have a fond spot in my heart for the classic WoW, is that one of my best friends in game and out of the game too, he actually had moved. He didn't live around here anymore. So in game was the only time I got to see him or talk to him or whatever. And he had he was on the spectrum, I guess you could say. He had issues, and his mom, he always lived with his mom. He was back in classic, and the High Warlord PvP rank. I missed Vanilla in BC. I started play in Wrath of the Lich King when I came to live in the UK. Hey, I definitely understand that. Man, you may enjoy the classic pen. I mean, give it a shot. At least see if you like it. If you don't, hey, that's fine. But it may be something you enjoy after all. But with the my friend, they moved to Australia, and lo and behold, he was heavy into the into PvP, and his thing was he wanted to be Warlord, High Warlord, and he got the High Warlord, And lo and behold, hey, William Larson, not seen you in a long time, man. What do you think about the WoW Collections Edition being sold out in a few hours? You know, I'll be honest with you, that is something that blows my freaking mind. I mean, it's $99.99, and it's not even, it don't even have a game. It don't even have anything. Most of what you get there is not even for in-game. It's like realistic things you can hold in your hand, you know? And so it kind of blows my mind that it's sold out so quick. But as I was saying, my friend, he was into the High Warlord title. He got it. He played religiously in PvP all the time in order to try to keep that title. He got sick, ended up was in the hospital for like 3 days. And when he come back, he was no longer High Warlord. He got so upset about it that he literally took his own life. Okay? And he killed himself because he lost High Warlord. And to him, that was everything, you know? That was his life. That was everything he killed himself because he lost High Warlord. And he felt like he was a failure. Yeah. His mom, I had not heard from him in like a week. And when I called to find out, you know, what was going on, where he was at, his mom told me, she said, "Honey, I hate to tell you this, he's
Look
dead.
to the skies.
He killed himself." I said, "You got to be kidding me." No, I'm not. I'm not kidding at all. He passed away. He overdosed on pills. And it just blew my mind. And I guess for me, if I'm playing in classic WoW, I guess it gives me that sense of closeness to him. You know, I mean, you know, they're going for $250 to $399 on eBay. Crap. Wow. Hey, if a person had enough money to go out and buy some of them now, like when they come back, go out and buy them for like $99 and then go on eBay and sell them like that, make a ton of money. But yeah, so he literally killed himself because nostalgia, yeah. And it makes me think of him. It makes me think of all the good times that me and him had, you know, playing the game. Literally, I'm one of the only ones that could get him to do anything but PvP. he would, you know, he would go out and raid with me, or he would go out and do some questing and start an alt. But other than that, it was straight up PvP 24/7. Didn't care about anything else. Didn't want anything else. He was done. So, but yeah, that's freaking. That is totally crazy. But you know, you're getting $250 to $400 on eBay for a game pack that don't even have a game in it. I mean, it's a collection, but I don't even know what it has in it. Let's see here. Can I bring it up in game? Let's see. I guess not. Well, so does anybody know what it has in it? Maybe it's over here. Nope. Hey, they've lowered that, I think, right? Or was it always 35? Okay. Well, And this kind of ticks me off. I bought this back in when you got 6 months of game time, and it was, what was it, like $70, $80. Okay, let me bring up the web page, and we will take a look. Let's see. We'll take a look at this together and see exactly what it has. Let me bring the... Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look and see what it has. I know it's a 15th anniversary, but you know what does it offer? Let's see. Okay, so I see a Ragnaros statue. Behold, Ragnaros, he is ancient when the world was young, bow mortals before this 10-inch immortalization of the Fire Lord itself. An Anixia pen here. Map of Azeroth mousepad. Here it is. And oddly enough, I have the Burning Crusades, I think it is, version of this mousepad. And I have it put away, but I've had it for years. But, okay, let's see. Fine art prints, so pictures here. Reach into Azeroth's vivid paste with 8 frameable fine art prints. You get 30 days of game time. And Alabaster mounts. The Alabaster Storm Talon for the Alliance and Thunderwing for the Horde. So, okay, it's monumental year. It's a monumental year of World of Warcraft to celebrate 15 years of epic adventures and community. Don't miss out on getting these treasured collectibles to mark the occasion. So here is the 2 mounts. I mean, don't get me wrong, they look cool, but I'll just be honest with you. Unless I come up on a lot of money, I'm not going to pay no, what are they now, $100? Where does it tell the price? In-game, okay, let's go to the shop. And well, toys, bundles. Okay, $99.99. So, $100, and you know that's quite a bit of money. Unless you have like unlimited funds. If you do, then by all means, a person needs to go ahead and do what they can. Now, I'm going to tell you one that I enjoy, and it's the, I don't even see it on here now. It's the beacon that lets you, here it is, Transmorpher beacon. It changes you into different characters, like raid bosses. And it's very fun. I enjoyed it. And still, you know, I use it still. Walk into Black Hand's boots. Okay, it says here, the Ethereals have twisted a new trick up their sleeves. And they're ready to traverse the Never to help you spread some chaos and confusion on the battlefield. So definitely, it's only $10, and it is something that is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and head on. Okay, didn't even know that was on. What about now? Okay, hold on. Let me try to fix this. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's good because that one piece of music, I'm actually going to try to take it out of the thing because, to be honest with you, it's one that I don't want to. How long was that playing? Do you know? Because that's one, but I actually got a copyright strike on the other night, or not strike, but a copyright ding, where they tried to say that they was going to monetize the stream, not me, because of it, and I had to go back in and remove the music. So, oh wow, okay then. Yeah. Okay, well, at least it wasn't very long, so that's a good thing. But, as I was saying, to me, $100 for a handful of stuff.
Flying.
If I had the money, I would, but, sometimes you just don't. I pre-ordered it because I love statues, especially because I'm a huge Ragnaros fan. Ragnaros, oddly enough, is one of my favorite raid bosses in the game. I've played the game long enough, and I just, well, there's no other way of saying it. I enjoy it. It's a very good game, a very good raid. And I'll tell you another one that I'm looking forward to. And this is one that you may enjoy, since you said that you had not played back in Classic.
And which
Zulgrub. Okay, a lot of people look at Zulgrub now and they say, well, Zulgrub it's not a raid, it's a 5-man instance. It is now. But Zulgrub,
bring you fortune.
over in Stranglethorn Vale, used to be one of my all-time favorite.
It's still recharging.
Raids. Because the reason being, they had 3 mounts that I wanted beyond wanting. I mean, I laid down at night and I thought, okay, well, tomorrow we're doing another raid. I have another change at the Raptor mount, at the Tiger mount, and at the Panther mount. I wanted that. I wanted it bad. And then when they took and changed it and made it so that that raid was no longer a raid, it's a 5-man, they totally took a lot, and I do mean a lot, out of it that, quite frankly, I still miss. I still miss it. And I still run it. I run it, but I run the 5-man, but there's only the one, there's only the one now, the Raptor. Even tried to farm the Zulian Tiger, never got it, by the way. Hey, same thing here. Man, I've never got Bazilian Tiger, Bazilian Panther, or the, I think it's called Bazilian Raptor, or it might be Blood Raptor. Hold on here, and we'll find out. But yeah, and like I said, guys, be sure to let your friends know, because we are going to be doing this weekly. Go to the ones I don't have. Okay. Vicious War. Okay. Now I know I don't have that mount, and I'm not seeing it listed here either. Do I have? Yeah, I have not collected on. Okay, let me uncheck a few of these. Does anybody know what the name of that mount was? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, Bloodlord. Yeah, okay, here it is. The Armored Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want that mount like you would not believe. Always have wanted that mount. But never have got the... never have been lucky enough to get it. Yeah. Well, you can get the mount now for the Blood Raptor. But, you know, the Bloodlord, Mandalore, or whatever you call him, you can get it, but you just cannot get the Zulian Tiger. I'm going to go ahead and just run on over and try out that so-called 5-man. I got this one before the Panther. But yeah, so like I said, guys, what do you think is actually going to happen when Classic goes live? Do you think it's going to be like an explosion, more or less, of players who want to go, but then players, I don't know. What do you think is going to happen? Good, bad? What do you think? Okay, and as I was saying earlier, I'm also starting up Steam, so I can show you the list of games that I do have available. And if there's any of them that you guys want me to play, I love them all. If I didn't, I wouldn't have bought them. And I'll do some videos on them. Now, the one that I have to say is aggravating now, an explosion at the start, if it all falls short. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this on up first. Hold on. I'll go ahead and bring up the library of games I got. Okay, here we go. We've got Spider-Man 1 and 2. Both of them, I don't know, they're good games, but they kind of crashed the system before I got the new computer. I don't know about now. Batman, I've got a ton of them. Yeah, actually, what would be the most rare mount that you've got? Oh, Lord. How is it back? I deleted that stuff. Okay. Hold on. Is it the same music? Okay, what about now? Okay, so... Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to check that out, guys, because I don't want to copyright strike. But I got all of the Batman games, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, Call of Juarez, The Cartel, The Gunslinger, Dishonored. Hold on, I don't want to install that right now. Oops, what the heck? Okay, that game wanted to be played. Got Grand Theft Auto 5. I crash a lot on it, but it's a fun game. I got Hitman, all of the Hitman games. I've got Metal Gear 5. I've got Medal of Honor, Medal of Honor, Medal of Honor. Payday 1 and 2. Player Unknown Battlegrounds. I've got a game called Rambo. It's based on the Rambo movies, you know. I've got Ghost Warrior 1, 2, and 3. I got The Sims 3 and 4. I've got Takedown. I've got Splinter Cell. I've got Tomb Raider. A bunch of them. So if there's any of them that you guys want to see played, just let me know. Let me know. We'll and I'll do some streaming of it. Why is the game not showing? Huh. Alrighty then. Okay. Well, we'll have to play it this way until I get that figured out. Sometimes this program that I use is kind of temperamental. All temper and, well, all mental and just a little temper. It can be very, very odd. That is for sure. But as I was saying, yeah, what one is the most rare mount that you guys have? For me, that's a good question. For me, I would have to say, right off the top of my head, I love this one, the Warlord's Death Wheel. I absolutely love it. I think it's an awesome bike. But that's a hard one. That is a hard one. Okay, so what's the most rare mount that you guys have? What time I'm tinkering with this and trying to find mine. Okay. I guess right now, and I know there's more, but I guess for right now, the one I'm going to say is the most rare one that I've got is the Corrupted Firehawk. Are you guys hearing me at all? Oh man, I'm jealous. I am totally freaking jealous. I've been after that mount for years. Did you just get lucky and happen upon it, or what? Oh man, now I'm totally jealous because there's both of you got it and I've not even thought about getting it. Did you get it years ago? Did you get it recently? What what's the story there, guys? How did you get it? Okay, let's see. Okay, heroic. Okay. Wow. Okay, I know what I'm doing here. Heroic dungeon. Farmed it for 2 days, then it happens to find it when I was doing the dailies for Argent tournament. Oh, good God, I remember them. It was back in Wrath of the Lich King. Just came across it about 6 months ago. Wow. And you know, the sad part is, I farmed that thing until I couldn't farm it no more. Every time I turned around, I was wanting that bad. And I just never got lucky enough to get it. Now, hopefully, that's going to change, because I am going to start doing some videos, guys, with the farming mounts. You know, like, well, for example, this one. I may even cut this part out and put it in a video as a farming video. But like, one of the mounts that I've always wanted is the Time Lost Prototype, and what is it called? The one from Baron Riverdare. Okay, you mean, okay, hold on. Time Lost Prototype can be sold? Oh, you mean like base, okay, I get you. I thought you was talking about like, so they're selling it kind of like they did the one mount. Oh, good God, it was one of the dragons, you know, the one that flew around in Pandaria. But I got it, but I can't think of the name of it right now. So, but yeah, one thing I do have to say that I love about this raid or dungeon now, and I still can't get used to that. Yeah, someone finds it in a certain realm, and they just sell the mob for you to kill. Yeah, that's just sad. But one thing I do have to say that I enjoy about this, when it was a raid, I enjoyed killing Hakar. Okay, I mean, for God's sake, he was awesome, you know? He was just freaking awesome. Hey guys, question. Can you reset a heroic 5-man dungeon now? I know I can reset like a normal dungeon. Can I reset this one? Or no? Oh crap, I hate this part. Oh. Come on. I did not get hit by a rock. You guys seeing all this? I did not get hit by a rock. Okay, well, let me try that. Okay, no one change per day, I guess. Crap. I was hoping but I could reset it, you know? But I guess hope against hope.
I need a touch.
That guy needed to die. He was being a pain in the butt. But, you know, and I'm going to just say it this way, guys. If I get lucky right now on live stream and I get this mount, I'm probably going to scream loud enough to bust eardrums. But I'll try to do that off stream.
Make peace with
I remember, oh my god, this guy was such a pain in the butt until back then. Okay, got a wand and a cloak.
Metal some insects.
Eh.
Now you will feel my
Yeah, I do too, man. I wish I had it, but wasn't meant to be. But yeah, I've been wanting to get the mounts from like all of the older dungeons. Yep, no kidding. I'll be back. They ain't gonna get away. Hey, hold on a minute. Is it 1 turn per account or 1 turn per day per character? Because if it's per character, that opens up a whole new ball game. I have a ton of different characters I can try, and for this dungeon, I mean, heck, I could try it on any of mine. But oh wow, okay, good. Let me go ahead and get over here and log out at the entrance, and I'll bring in, I don't know, probably my warrior. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I guess, okay, guys, but story time, and I want your input. What was the very first epic that you remember getting in game? 7 months of farming that place on 7 tunes to get both mounts, and that's every day. Hold on. Both mounts, so you can still get the Pamper mount, or is that? I thought they took it out. So, kind of confused. Is the Pamper mount still available, or no? Let me look here. Let's see. I think that changed in Cataclysm. So let's check it out. Okay, yep. Go to the loot table. Okay, I see a mount there. Okay, wow. The Zulian Pamper is still up for grabs. Yeah, any epic item. For example, you know, what was the first epic that you ever got? For me, it was a set of gloves, and I cannot remember the name of it. No, hold on, that was later. My very first epic that I ever had dropped for me was the Skull Flame Shield. And back in the day, I wasn't playing a Protection Warrior, and I thought, hey, it's not really that expensive, and I ended up selling it to the... Cool. I ended up selling the Skull Flame Shield to the Guild Tank. He wanted it bad, and he told me, and I know now that he, as they say, he's seen me coming. But he told me that all he had was 250 gold. And I told him, hey, you want it? 200 gold, that way you have 50 for, whatever. And dummy me, I sold it to him for 50 gold. 50. Cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we have to kill all of us in order to get to the Panther boss or not. I don't think we do, but, like that, it's 12 to 15 gold on the auction house, but I don't think nobody buys the older, some of the older mats. Now, like the older leather and herbs and stuff like that, man, that stuff sells like hotcakes. Literally, I can sell the old herbs. I can sell the old herbs quicker than I can the new herbs. I don't remember, but I remember doing a Scarlet Monastery for the very first time and getting the tabard. Oh, man. Yeah, that tabard nowadays, I mean, it sells... It's expensive now. I think I've seen somebody selling it on the auction house, the tabard, and it was like, I want to say 250,000 gold. So it was way up there. And I know nowadays, 250,000 gold don't seem like a lot, but I'm kind of old school. 250,000 gold to me is still a lot. And William, thanks, man, for the heads up. I had no idea that the Panther was still obtainable. Had no idea whatsoever. I thought that they had took it out and that, it was the Raptor only. I've been coming in this place weekly for about the last umpteen years, as we say, and never knew that I could still get the Panther mount. So here we go, hopefully.
This body is useless.
Nope. 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 Oh well. It was worth a shot. Yeah, but I remember very well when I went to Molten Core, and I don't know if you guys have any gear that you remember getting in Molten Core, but let me bring up the Molten Core gear, or actual loot table. I remember back in Molten Core, there was a gun. I mained a warrior, and then I had an alt of a hunter. Now my main is a hunter, the one I'm on. But let me see here. There was here we go. I wanted so bad back in the day to have this sword. I thought it was one of the freaking awesome, most awesome looking swords there was. And I wanted it bad. But then also, where is it? Okay, here we go. This guy also dropped the same sword. Staff of Dominance and a few other things. And this was what I wanted on my hunter, because it was just it was better than most guns back then, you know. Now, off of Ragnaros, I always wanted the Bone Reaver Edge, which was a two-handed sword. I actually have it too, still in my bank on my warrior. I like this here. Yeah, I always said if I ever tanked, I would use a small shield, but this is just too small. Hold on. Where's it at here? I thought there was another weapon. Oh, Lordy. The one I'm looking for, that's a good rogue weapon, or was back in the day, was Ragnaros's, the Hand of Ragnaros or whatever. You know? Hey, rogues are pretty freaking awesome, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, a rogue. But one part I like about a rogue, okay, a warrior, or let's say a hunter, if not hunters now they have the camouflage, but we didn't back then. Not that I can remember of, at least. If we did, it's been so long I guess I forgot. But one of the things I love about a rogue is the fact that as a rogue, I could stealth through most everything. You know, I could stealth right on past the trash mobs and go on in and go for the boss. I could stealth right on by. Now, one thing I've always thought would be super cool is, you know how like on Battle for Azeroth now, what's his name, Rokon or whatever, the rogue, or the rogue. He uses this spell, and while he is stealthed, if we stay close to him, we are also stealthed. I always thought that would be a freaking awesome thing for a rogue. Because think about it. You're in a 5-man group. Instead of having to fight all this trash, you can stealth your whole group, go on past them, go kill the boss, and then harp out. But I guess Blizzard don't want to make it that easy. Okay, let's see here. Go ahead and... Yeah, for me, I've always been a weapon collector. You know, when was it that we started getting the void storage? You remember? What was that? Back in Cataclysm, or was that Wrath? I can't remember. But when we started getting the void storage, I started being able to store all of my weapons in the ones I was collecting, because back then we didn't have the Cata. We didn't have the transmog back then, you know, and we was able to, or not, we had transmog, but we didn't have the transmog tab, you know, where everything went in it, and then you could sell it and get rid of it, and you was still good, right? Well, not now, or not back then. So I had to keep everything if I wanted it, or if I wanted to ever use it, or whatever, I had to have it in my guild bank, or in my bank, or in void storage. And I just thought that it was pretty awesome that now we was able to use void storage and just put everything over in it and forget about it. Well, you remember back, what was it, in Legion, I think it was, that we was able to, back in Legion, we was able to start getting rid of the items because it all went into the tab. I think it was Legion. Pretty sure it was Legion. But anyway, I always loved that because at that point I went to my void storage and I was just able to offload everything into my bags, take it, sell it, and literally out of the weapons that I had at that time, I was able to sell them, and I got like almost half a million. Well, let's see. Yeah, almost half a million. It was 576,000 gold. And I was able to do that because I was, well, what am I doing? I was able to sell all that stuff, you know. Let's head on over and try this out again. So, if you guys had to give and pinpoint it down to one of your favorite, first of all, your favorite expansion, and secondly, your favorite memory from WoW in general, what would you say it would be? For me, and we're not going to count Classic because it's not an actual expansion, it's the base game. I would say that my all-time favorite would have to be, I'm going to say Legion. And I know that that's, you know, gone quite a few past them, but Legion was one of my all-time favorite expansions. And the reason being, it was different, you know. I mean, with the other ones, we got some very cool stuff, but I don't know, I guess just Legion in general found a good spot with me. So, my favorite memory with Legion was when, well, I can't think of the name of the raid boss it was. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. I know it was from the raids, not dungeons. What am I thinking? Here it is. Yeah, Agrimar. I thought that he was one of the, well, I enjoyed him because he was just fun to kill. And you had a lot of stuff you could get. Now, for my warrior, I mean, this guy was godly, you know. I mean, I could get the waist, the chest, and the head right here. And take a look at this headpiece. I mean, I like the spikes. And the chest ain't half bad looking. The waist is pretty cool too, you know. Loved Wrath of the Lich King. Loved the feeling of my on my first look. And yeah, Firelands. Oh man, I still do Firelands. I still do that. And the reason being, have you ever just went into Firelands and just done it for the gold? If you've not, you're missing out on quite a bit of gold each week, because you can, heck, you can go in there and kill everything in there and come out with a couple thousand gold. Maybe I think the highest I got was like 14,000 gold. I played Legion for a year or so. Then I went to my usually. I tend to take a break from WoW and play other games. Hey, there's not a thing wrong with that, buddy. Not anything at all wrong with that. And to be honest with you, I've done it myself a time or two, and nothing wrong with it. Let's go ahead and run on over here. You know, I don't think I have to do any of these bosses, except run straight up and do the ones I need. And, you know, it's kind of funny because people thinking, oh, you know, I get a lot of gold from the raids that, or from the bosses and any of the dungeons and anything like that I do now. You know, like you kill a single mob and you get 15, 20 gold sometimes, you know. But back in Classic, man, it's totally different.
The plans of Goodbye. No
Finger and a finger.
It's
I get 'em.
too late for you. Too
Inventory
late
full.
for
Can't have that stuff.
all of you.
But
Time is
Oh.
money, friend.
and what is your favorite mount? Now we've talked about what your most rare mount is, but what's your favorite mount? And why is it your favorite? For me, I guess my all-time favorite mount would have to be the one I'm on now. The Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. And the reason being, as this mount, I can repair, I can buy certain things, not a lot of the bigger things, but, you know, I can buy them. And it's just very, I think it's kind of fun. Go ahead and sell some of this stuff here, but I've come across, try to get rid of it and make room. And have you ever noticed some of this stuff you cannot sell? Like, for example, it's an item that you don't need, and it'll tell you, but the vendor does not want these items. I mean, you know, why not? Let me go ahead and at least make some room. I love the mechanical mounts. I recently got the Gmod. Oh man, again, I'm jealous. I've wanted that for as long as it's been out. I've been using it all the time. And the Grove Warden, my Druid Moose. Hey, Valspar, man. Hey, welcome. Glad to have you. Do you think they will do a virtual ticket this year for BlizzCon, or no, because of the mess last year? They are going to do a virtual ticket. I've already found out it is going to be more this year. Oh man, that's an awesome mount. But it is going to be more this year. What was it last year? Like $49, $59, something like, or $49. This year it's going to be, I think they said, because I recently talked to a GM on the phone and was asking questions, you know, picking their brain, as they say. And he told me straight up, yes, they was going to have the virtual ticket, it will be coming out in a few weeks, like a month or so, right before BlizzCon, about a month before. But yes, if they was going to have the virtual, and it was going to be like $79, I think they said this year, or some ridiculous amount like that. So, to me, that's a bit much for a virtual ticket. Hey, thanks, man. I definitely appreciate it. And like I said, right now I'm just enjoying playing the game, and that's my thing. I love the game. I love playing the game with you guys and enjoying it, and just in general playing the game. I've always loved it. And there's times that figurine. Okay, that's a quest starter for Cataclysm jewel crafting. And considering I'm a jewel crafter, I guess I may want to do that, huh? But, like I said, I've always loved playing the game. I like playing it with you guys. Yeah, no doubt, man, And, that's me. I think if they're going to do a virtual ticket, we should get something out of it that is tangible, either in person or in the game. I won't get the ticket if they don't add a mount or a pet. I hated last year's reward. Voted with my... Hey, I definitely understand that, man. Well, I can't say last year's that I didn't get, because I did. I got the virtual ticket, but then I immediately turned the virtual ticket back over and told them, you know what, it's crap, I want my money back. And they actually gave me my money back. Okay, because, I don't know, I guess they had been getting a lot of people telling them, but it was crap and all this, because I don't know about you guys, but last year, everything was so... I don't know, it was so choppy and so laggy that it wasn't even fun. Okay, I mean, it wasn't even fun to watch, You could, you'd start to watch and all of a sudden everything in its grandma was just lagging, like the conversation where Mike Morheim was stepping down. Okay, I got about 2 seconds of that, and then it started lagging, and the next thing I see is when J. Allen Brack is, it wasn't good. So, I don't know. I just, personally, it was not my favorite. And, when I contacted them and told them I wanted my money back, right? Well, sir, you do know that by doing that, you're going to also lose the awesome rewards. I said, where are they at? I ain't seen none yet. But yeah, the Diablo thing, that kind of made me laugh because, here's the thing. I do think that there is room for a mobile game. I mean, if that's like you right now, if one of you want to play the mobile game, hey, I say go for it, play it and enjoy it. But I also don't think that any one person should blow their wad and get all upset and start a big fuss because they didn't like the way something happened, and that to me is just silly. I already filled up again. Damn, gotta have room in case I get them out. I can only hope.
Inventory is
and there I go again. I'm going to have to empty some bag space for sure. Let me just go ahead and... I didn't know that was a pet. I'll go ahead and learn it. Get it out of the way. I mean, you know, here's the thing. Now there's rumors that people have started over the last, year? Half year, whatever. That, you know, we're going to have World of Warcraft go mobile.
Is useless.
Do I think we will? No. I don't think we will ever see World of Warcraft as a mobile game. But crazier things have happened. Okay, come on now. Got it. There we go. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one. Come on. I hate when it won't let you delete something.
Inventory is full.
Okay, so no luck on this one, guys. Next. But yeah, I personally, I liked the content they had laid out. Okay, I before the content or before the event went live, I took a look into all of the events, what they was going to offer, what they was going to have. Some of it didn't tell us what they was going to have, and though I think that would be cool if they created something like a mobile battle pet. You know, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Because, you know, I'm not a big battle pet person, but I know a lot of people who are. You know, I have battle pets, which, let me show you here. As you can see, I do have quite a few of them. 556 pets. Okay, and that's out of 1,000 that you can hold. I've got about a little over halfway. But, I guess you could say I'm not like, what is that streamer's name? Hazel Nutty or something like that. And she does the battle pets all the time. Some of her videos are just awesome. I'll watch them just for the sheer enjoyment of it. But quite honestly, I don't think that I don't think battle pets is my thing. Okay, for me, it's collecting weapons, leveling characters, and also doing things like, battle pets, or not battle pets, but mounts, weapons, cool gear, and things of that nature, and leveling. That's what brings me to the game. Okay, that's what keeps me in the game, I should say, at this point. Now, I am kind of interested. I like collecting bone. They make a good leg indicator. Hey, that they do. Let me ask you guys, right now, because I've been hearing a lot of people, you know, trash talk the game in its current state. What are your thoughts about the game, Battle for Azeroth specifically? I'm not talking about like the game overall, like, you know, World of Warcraft in a nutshell. But what are your thoughts about the World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth expansion? Do you think it's a good expansion? Do you not like it? What's your thoughts? Because personally, I mean, I know I hear a lot of people complain. You know, they complain all the time. They're downhearted. You know, it's this and it's that. But personally, I like Battle for Azeroth. Now, one part I don't like, and I got to say this straight up because I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm being hypocritical. You know, but one part about Battle for Azeroth I absolutely freaking hate, and that is the way that they're bringing out the content with the war campaign. Okay, you have to constantly wait, and it's like you've waited 6 weeks, then they'll come in and they'll say, take this handkerchief to Sylvanas. You take it to Sylvanas, oops, done. It's, you know, you got to wait another 6 weeks. You know, so that part I don't like. Okay, a very slow pace, to be honest. We don't have many things to do. I'm farming my mounts and pets, doing some world PvP, which I really like war mode on and off. Now, you know, war mode, when I very first started leveling, was absolutely phenomenal. Loved it. Why? Because it made it easier for me to level. But I'll never forget, I was on this character, no, not on this one, let's see, it would have been my druid. I was on my druid, and we was on the druid, and I was leveling. I was about 5 minutes away from hitting 119, I guess. And when I was 119, here comes some group of people from the Alliance. They seen me. I was 118, almost 119. Boom. They slammed me. I mean, they camped my body and killed me over and over and over and over. So far, I have no issues with BFA. So far, I waited to start playing until after the Zandalari released, so I have plenty of content. Hey, that's a pretty smart idea, actually. But yeah, I personally, like I said, I have no problems with it. The only thing I have problems with, and you know, here this is a character I've not leveled yet. It is 110 still, a 110 fire mage. I've still got all my all of my heirlooms from leveling back then. But the one thing I do have to say is, like I said, the war campaign, the way they are pacing it out. It's taken forever to do the freaking war campaign. Oh, by the way, guys, did you hear about the possibility of a... Okay, what I call what's going on with the Horde right now is like a civil war. Okay, that's the way I look at it, the civil war. So, have you heard about the possibility that we may be having a civil war within the Alliance? I don't know who it would, who would be the sour thing of the Alliance? You know? Who would be the sour thing of the Alliance? Would it be Gangreymane? Would it be Jaina Proudmoore? Who would be the sour thing of the Alliance? Because that is what we are looking at here. Ian Hesychastus actually was the one who brought up that we would be having, that currently it didn't make sense, but soon, I think was the way he put it. And I'm thinking you're right. I think it could very well be Greymane, because, well, He's been the advisor to Anduin, a trusted confidant to Anduin. But look at it this way: Sourfang was also a trusted confidant to the Horde. He was also the one of the higher ranking in the Horde, and look what happened there. You know, I had often thought about that one too. I don't like that after farming the Water Strider rep, they gave everyone mount equipment slots to replace it. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up. Have you thought about a third faction? I had thought about this so many times. That we may get a third faction. A faction, maybe it's people that have split off from the Alliance. Split off from the Horde. You know? Hey man, hey, welcome to the channel. Like I said, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you would. And I definitely will see you next time, hopefully. Every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, I go live. And, but yeah, I think that the way they did with the water mount, I think they could have done it a little different. Okay? I honestly do. I mean, because now you can't even, the water walking ability from the Water Strider is gone. The only way you can use it. Good night, man. Talk to you later. Have a great night's sleep. The only way you can even use the water walking ability is if you use a piece of mount equipment. Otherwise, the Water Strider can't even walk on water no more. I mean, it can for right now, but once 8.2 goes live, it's done. That's it. But you know, I think they could have done it a little bit different. You know, I honestly do. Only available as a heroic. Okay, I just made it heroic, or did I go? I done raid. Alrighty. Well, guys, I okay, what the heck? Okay, now it's going to go. I do definitely appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate you sticking it out with me, chatting things up, giving me your opinion, your likes, your dislikes, and letting me know what your thoughts are. But for now, it is almost 11. Well, it's a little bit after 11 o'clock. I went on at 9. Been at this for 2 hours, 9 minutes, and I am starting to get hungry. So, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here and grab a bite to eat. Maybe work on some videos. Get some videos going for you guys. That way you'll have everything good for that. If they wanted to make it fun, Mount PvP would be awesome. Hey, I've always said Mount PvP. Flying Mount PvP. Flying Mount PvP now. You're in midair like a dogfight, you know what I mean? William Larson's coming at me. He's an Alliance. I'm a Horde, or vice versa. I can PvP up. And when I PvP up, my mount would have a gun that popped up, and I could gun him down, you know, like they used to in the war movies, you know what I mean? Yeah, but dog fights, I think is what they called them back then. And they still do. But I always thought that would be freaking awesome. Always have thought that would be freaking awesome. Because if they do that, it's going to add so much to the game that players have, well, quite frankly, they've got away from, you know. I don't know, they just, players don't don't get into it like they used to.
I don't have a target.
Into the PvP. But if you give players the ability to do aerial PvP, you better darn well believe that they are going to PvP. If for no other reason but to kill people mid-air. Yeah, I know. But maybe now that they are doing the thing that they're doing with the war fronts, and we have certain things we can mount and do all this, maybe they'll do it this time. Maybe they will. Hopefully. But guys, I do appreciate everything, and like I said, I do this weekly. Be sure to go ahead and set your calendar for it. I'm going to go ahead and try to get the next one scheduled either tonight or tomorrow. And if that's the case, you can go ahead and click on the reminder so that it will remind you of the stream. That way you're not going to forget. And my goal is I want to be able to see at least 100 consecutive viewers at one time. And then we'll go forward to like 200 and on up. They would probably get some of their players back. I often have said that if they would go with the live, with the suggestions of the players, they would get a lot of their players back. Now, I think Classic is going to bring quite a few of their players back. I really do. But just between me and you, I think things like aerial combat, maybe even, here's an idea, underwater PvP. Okay, well, like right now, if I was underwater, I could use the, hold on, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on pets, not mounts. Underwater, I can use the dark water skate. Okay? And I can use that underwater. Well, why not PvP with it? Yeah, guys, y'all have a great one. Like I said, it's been awesome, always is, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day.